Greetings, beloved human family and creators. I am Gilles Mancillon, and I come very briefly today to speak with you about certain things, diverse ideas. And the first one is I want to address is the fact that we're going to be having a new moon a full moon in Scorpio. So it is a very powerful moon on the 22nd of April. It's a very mysterious moon, although for many years it was very mysterious because I have my own moon in Scorpio in my natal chart, so it was very it's not the easiest way to deal with the emotional when the emotion is so connected to the subconscious. And I have Neptune that is conjuncture, so it's connected to the world of dream as well, so it makes it really difficult. Essentially, this moon in Scorpio, when the moon is in Scorpio, it is when we have that in our natal chart. The challenge is that is to understand that what we see in terms of emotions is very black and white. It is very either it goes or it just breaks. It's not. There is no halfway. There is no halfway middle way in terms of emotion, and so it is very sharp and it cuts through things. And then we're going to be moving into a new moon in Taurus for the Wesek full moon, new moon in May. So it is going to be a very enjoyable new beginning, so to speak. But there may be a lot of things that comes up from the depths of the subconscious that will allow us to discover new strengths. For there is always new strengths, new level of empowerment we can bring to the surface of our life, because in order to meet an obstacle we need to have the strength to encounter it. Once we have that strength, the obstacle becomes easy to face. Of course, we don't need to go all the way higher. It's like climbing a mountain. It's like water, but just go to the up and then you just go and you overcome the obstacle. But there is having those new strengths, discovering those new strengths is allow us to forego fear, to forego victim mode, and to be able to experience the highest reality that we can, in order to choose life rather than to be overwhelmed by it. And so in essence, every day are not equal. Of course, some days that are difficult, some days are easy, but then you have to meet every day with as much enthusiasm and optimism as possible. I wanted to say also that if you are seeking to ascend, to discover the realm of spirit and soul, it is a very challenging thing, because those things are not tangible. They cannot be, you see it and then you don't, and it's there and it's no longer there. So until you achieve ascension, those things remain elusive. So you do have to keep your faith and your hope and your direction in terms of that, in order for it to grow. Also, I spoke about in my last video to create from intention. It is a very, very powerful tool, and so but you have to be really sure, and when you have created something, you don't need to be waiting or to be bored waiting for it to come. You have to stay creative and create and create and create, so that you don't you keep your flow and your momentum of energy. There is one thing that is given in this incarnation for the longest time through our incarnation process. We used to live our life, and the only way to experience the light, the eternal light of the soul, we had to go through physical death. But now we are able, in this lifetime, the opportunity is given to create a bridge into the other side, to bring into our physical consciousness and physical body that higher light of the soul. So it is very it is a wonderful gift to have this incarnation, to be here present on the earth at this time. I also wanted to say that one of my big challenge in this lifetime is to because I see way into the future, and sometimes I get very excited and I'm ready to move into this future, or because I'm sure it will happen, but sometimes it takes a very, very long time for it to come into alignment with the physical world. So I have a tendency to sometimes get ahead of myself. So the challenge is to stay present in the present, because I am very greedy. I'm greedy for light, I'm greedy for love, I'm greedy for the life of God. I want it all that I can integrate. Of course, the source is infinite, so there will always be more of that. Another thing I thought I shared to that is maybe something obvious, but is that life on this world is not ruled by the divine creators. It is of course the overseer through the law of evolution and through the eternal cycle of time. But it is each soul is managing its own program, and so sometimes you have to be very patient and flexible in order to understand what people are going through. And still work on yourself to elevate yourself and not to give your power away. So I hope this message was interesting for you. I thank you very much for your time, for sharing, for your presence, for commenting. If you have any question or any comment, I will continue to look through those, and I will respond to those comments in future videos. In the meantime, I send you my love, my light, my blessings, and I wish you a wonderful day. Namaste.